Hello folks, it's Sunday morning and an exciting day. I quite often start these videos with that, don't I? It's an exciting day, but it is today because I think we should finish the first side of the roof today. I've just got the last maybe 2 foot to do, and now that the undercloaking is on and the last bit of sarking, that means let me just set the ladder up. Hold on. That means that everything is ready for the final bit of slating. And this is the west side of the roof. Because it's west facing, that's why I've had so many delays with frost and frozen scaffold and stuff. But when I start on the east side, of course, the sun will clear that side of the roof so much quicker. So hopefully that side will go a little easier than this. Now, one of the subscribers asked me a question, a chap called Walter. I'm going to have a go at your surname. I think it's Giesbrecht, something like that. Just mentioning what the undercloaking was all about. So you'll see here, hopefully I can show you this clearly enough. You've got the barge board there on the end of the gable ladder. And then the sarking finishes here. And then this undercloaking, it's like originally it would have been made of asbestos, but obviously it's not made of that anymore. It's kind of a asbestos alternative. It's only 3mm thick, something like that. 6 inches wide. This one you can get 4 and 6, and they're about 4 foot long. Basically, that sits on top of the timber below and is sandwiched underneath the sarking, so that when my tile sits on there, that gives me a gap underneath the slate, which I can then point. And in this instance, I think I'll probably point it with sand and cement rather than lime, just to make sure there's no water going in there. Because if the water gets in, which it does with lime, the lime sort of takes the water in and then it evaporates out again. But there's timber at the back of this, the sarking. So you can see, I'll show you at this end, where it's actually where the slate is finished. You see that gap with the sarking in it and the undercloaking just underneath. And it means that when you look from the underside, you don't just see the bottom of the slate. You actually see this strip of undercloaking. Makes it nice and neat. There is another fascia board to go on there yet. So the overhang is 3 inches. But we're going to change, by the time the fascia board's on there, that will be back down to 2 inches. And it should make a really nice, neat finish. So that's undercloaking. Undercloaking isn't necessarily this board. You can also do it with peg tiles. A peg tile roof would have peg tile undercloak as well. Yeah, and the fascia boards up there, I really like the black. When I stand back and look at that, I think it just creates a really nice, crisp line. Stands out nicely against the lime pointing on the stonework. So I'm tempted. I know, again, it's going to be a bit of a labour of love, and the whole project is really. But I think I might carve those fascia boards. Probably make them in larch or something like that, and then carve them and then paint them black with either some, I don't know, haven't decided. Let me know what you think. What do you think I should carve on it? Some lettering or some foliage? I want to keep it traditional and kind of old school and probably agricultural. So, because it is, at the end of the day, it's an old agricultural building. So, yeah, let me know what you think. Should I carve it? And what should I carve in it if I do? Anyway, I'm going to crack on now. I get some slates together and get this last section done. I said it's the last couple of foot. It's actually more than that. It's like 4 foot, isn't it? So, anyway, that's the plan. And hopefully, this is the last video on this side of the roof. That's the plan. We'll see how it goes. Well, there we go. That's a site I've been waiting for a while. First time I've seen the walls of the barn unobscured by a scaffold for quite some time. Last slate went on this morning. Pretty pleased with that. Hello folks, well I'm going to get on with the guttering today now that the scaffold's out of the way. See the roof complete. Half complete. Now I've bought this because I think you can't just put plastic gutter up on the barn, it looks so out of place. But at the same time, you know, getting hold of cast iron guttering is just immensely difficult, immensely expensive. So what I've done is I've found a company that make plastic guttering that looks like cast iron, and they've done a pretty good job. It's Brett Martin, and they've got all these fittings that look like old cast iron guttering, and they've even got the same sort of stamps on them, and they've got that kind of rough finish. So you're down, you know, swan necks and unions like that. And even the downpipe brackets look, you know, look like they're cast iron. These big chunky fittings. So I think that'll be a really good compromise. It will look the part on an old building like this without the frustration of trying to get cast iron guttering. And cast iron guttering is quite hard to maintain as well. There's lots of maintenance involved. So that's my job, well, one of the jobs today. There's never going to be one job to do, is there, around here? There'll always be plenty of things to choose from to get done. Now, a while back, I got sent this neat little bit of kit. And I've had it along, well, quite a few months now. I've not had the chance to use it, which has been a shame because I've been working outdoors on the roof, so I've not really needed it. But it's a little laser level, and it's got it sends out 3 lines, one horizontal at right angles, one vertical, or 2 verticals and 1 horizontal in 3 planes. So I thought today might be my first chance to use it, because I could set it up out here as a level line for the guttering. I mean, normally I'd run it off a string line, but when you're using a string line over such a distance as this, like 20 odd meters, you can't help but, no matter how tight you pull the string line, it's going to have a bit of a sag. Whereas this, I'm hoping, is going to work really nicely and give me a level line all the way through, and then I can just put my brackets up just above or below the level line to get a tiny fall as I need. It's even got a little remote control, look, so you can turn it on and off and change which laser is on and which one's off. That's pretty neat. And it's got a little attachment that will just sit on my tripod. So that's really handy. So I'm going to give it a go. But it's because I'm working outdoors. I've just tried it. It's not quite bright enough to show up in full daylight. So I'm just going to wait until it's a little bit, you know, sort of 4 o'clock this afternoon, when it starts to get a little bit dimmer. And that's what I'm going to do, and I'll see how it works out. Once I get in the barn, it will get used all the time, so it'll be interesting to use it and let you know how it goes. When I set the little laser level up earlier, I had it on, well, you saw it was on this trestle here. It was just, you couldn't see it properly, so then I thought, well, why don't I put it on the roof of the truck, it's an awful lot closer then. And I'll just take you up here, and you can see, even though it is, you know, it's a little bit overcast, but you know, the sun keeps peeking through, so it's not twilight by any means yet, and you can see the line pretty well. Just here, and you can even make it out on the ends of the rafter feet. So this will be a good test to see whether I've got my rafter feet level as well, won't it? So I might be pleased or displeased. Yeah, so you can still see the line. Well, probably a good 5 metres from the laser in this level of light, which is pretty good, I think. Obviously, when you're indoors, there's no problem at all. You can see it. So I can still see it about there, which is a decent distance away from the level, from the laser. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a start, get the first few brackets up, and then as the afternoon wears on and, you know, we get to 4 or 5 o'clock, I reckon I'll be able to see all the way along there, and I can finish everything else off. That'll be a nice little test for it. It's a neat little unit. See, it just attaches to the tripod there, and I'll just wind the tripod up and down. I haven't actually fixed it in exactly the right position I want it yet, but I'll put a bracket up there, and then that'll be how I fix the height of the beam, and I can just wind that up and down on the tripod to get it in the right position. So, yeah, going to be an interesting little test, really. Right, don't let me forget, tape measures on there. Nice. Right, put my penknife and a golf ball with my tape. So if I forget where they are, you can let me know. I can actually see the laser all the way down here now. That's really quite remarkable. It's got to be, yeah, I can still see it just about there. I'll lose it off. Oh no, it's there. Can even see it on the end here. And that is very near 10 metres away. That's the ex-lady getting excited again. I wonder if she ever thought she'd get excited about guttering. Yeah. I'd normally put them, if you had a fascia board, you'd put them about every metre. These are 600 apart, so you can't go every other one because then you're at 1200 and that's just too much. It'll start to sag. But this is working out great. You can see the line quite clearly when you're up there. Mm-hmm. Do you want a little job?
I'd love a job.
Excellent.
I was just going to ask a dumb question.
Oh, go on, never be afraid to ask a dumb question.
I was just going to say, what's in there?
What, in the sort of gutter-shaped bags?
Yeah.
Could you take all those out of the strip?
Yeah.
The easiest way to do it is to sort of screw them like that.
Yeah. Where would you like them?
In that pocket there, please.
Or have I got to do them while you stand there?
Well, no, you'll do them and bring them to me. If you'd be so kind. I've run out of suitable screws, and I've got all of those.
Where are these from?
They're plasterboard screws that we got when we got the plasterboard. You know, the screw gun that we bought off of Calvin and
Ali.
Calvin and Ali. That's it. I didn't realise that you can also that little remote control thing. Look, you can turn the various lasers on and off. Like Like, see the vertical one? It is no more. Not only that, you can press that button and it makes the...
It disappeared. Oh
well,
my
it just,
gosh.
it's got different levels of brightness. Saves a battery, I guess, when you're working indoors. You don't need it really bright. Outdoors here, you've got to have it as bright as you can get it.
I mean,
How many have you done?
400.
Tell you what, could you put them, if you had, that would be marvellous. Can you put them in that pocket, please?
Anything for you.
Well,
Did you drink your drink yet?
not yet. No.
Did you drink any of your drink?
Not yet. No.
Well, we'll see how formal it is then.
We will. Anybody listening will notice that both Lindsay and I have got a bit of a cough at the moment, and I'm trying very hard to curtail my sniffing because it has been mentioned that one. It has been mentioned in the comments that my sniffing is driving one particular subscriber's wife nuts, and I don't blame her. So I'm working on it, I promise. My big fat head keeps getting in the way. Go on.
Is it this one?
Yes.
Are all of these out?
Probably.
This job I can do quite successfully. With minimal moaning.
No. Get you.
I'm just going to stand in the kitchen and do this.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not quite seeing that now there.
Move the truck forward.
No. No, we'll be able to see it once it gets a bit darker.
Will it come all the way out?
Yeah, it should do. It should be sending it 360. When it's dark, you'll be able to see it on the trees over there. Very exciting. Be like the day we turned up and put fairy lights on the barn. News of that went through the Glenlock wildfire, didn't it?
Didn't someone come back from a long day gathering and think they were hallucinating?
Yeah, they did. I'm not sure whether I'm seeing things, but I could have sworn there were fairy lights on the barn at Ladyfield. That was the report. The other neat trick we're going to do.
We can't do it with that, can we?
Do what with what?
What, that thing?
What?
Oh, I thought you were going to do that snacky thing with your...
Oh. No, it won't work with this stuff. We'll give it a try, but I don't think it will. I think it's the wrong shape. You won't be able to bend it. Yes, if you haven't seen it, check out my video. I'll put a link in the corner to my magic method for cutting guttering. Yeah, pull it. Please. No, oh, don't let it drop. The other thing we're going to do is we're going to use these as downpipes. We're going to gaffer tape the bag to the outlets. Just as a temporary outlet.
We've got downpipes there.
Yeah,
Why are we doing that?
because while all the building work's going on, I don't want the downpipes getting damaged. I don't know whether I've actually got enough brackets up for this yet. I might be getting ahead of myself. Oh, look at that, it's actually perfect. It's got exactly the right number of brackets up. Yeah, nice.
Oh my gosh, it looks great. It looks great, doesn't it?
It looks old, doesn't it? It doesn't look like it's brand new. Clicks into place really nice as well.
What sort is this one?
It's Brett Martin.
It was expensive.
Yeah, it's way more expensive than the ordinary, but goodness me.
I can see the line that you've been working on now. I couldn't see it.
Yeah, of course, it's got a shadow of shade above it now, so you can see it better. Yeah.
Oh,
Who's doing that?
that was me.
I hope you haven't moved it. That would be naughty. That's all right. It's all right. I wonder if I can see the next one now. Might be time for a tea break.
You have a cup of hot chocolate in a brand new cup. Can I bring it to you?
Oh no, don't want to give people the wrong idea. You tend to my needs constantly.
No, I don't do that. I'm not here for that.
Well, true. Hello folks, for some reason or another the last bit of footage we filmed on the guttering, there was no sound. I think maybe one of the batteries ran out on one of the microphones, something like that. Anyway, we got to the point where we discovered we were actually 5 brackets short. I thought I'd bought enough when I was down south because I got them from a firm that I used to deal with when I lived in Essex. But they were kind enough to post me some up and they've arrived now. So I'm just going to get this last bit finished. There's only 5 brackets left to go on. So I've reset the laser on top of the truck in proper Argyle style. And I've just got to go along, put them on, cut a bit of gutter to length, fix it on. Then I've actually stood an old downpipe up on that outlet, and I'll probably do the same there. I've got a few lengths of the old, just straightforward black plastic round gutter, round downpipe, which I'm going to put on, and that'll be that. And the laser was easy enough to reset to the right height. I just put it on the tripod, wound it up and down till it was in the right place. And again, it's you know, early afternoon. It's a bit overcast, but can see the line absolutely fine, which is great. There we go. That's them all on. Had a little bit of a fiddle at the end. I'll show you the why. I did mention it earlier. Now this top what would you call it? A little tower kind of thing where the laser is situated, the horizontal laser. There's a post in each corner. Obviously, there's got to be. Same with the ones on the sides. But that means that when you're going in quite a wide plane, like I am here, there will be a point where that little post is actually blocking the laser, and that's exactly what was happening on that corner. It just happened to be like, it's like a little blind spot, I suppose. But it's easy enough. I just spun the tripod around a tiny bit at the same level, just swung it around like that. Problem solved. So there you go. That's my first time using this little bit of kit. It's by a company called Lasgu, and it's the LG 3DX. There'll be some links in the description if anybody's interested to get hold of one. First time using it, and I'll definitely be using it again. It's going to be much more at home indoors, I think. Saying that, it's worked a treat outdoors. Didn't struggle to see the line at all, even on a pretty bright afternoon as it is today. So watch out for this again. I'm going to keep using it. It will be great for tiling the floors, putting in uprights, even things like plasterboarding. You know, when you've got to follow a stud, and quite often I've just got to find the stud and then draw a level line with a pencil and a spirit level. But I'll probably just pop this on the floor and just keep moving it along into the right spot, and then put my screws in on the line. So yeah, nice little bit of kit. That's it. Lovely job. Well folks, there it is, the finished product. Nice, nice compromise, I think. That plastic, yeah, looks like cast iron. You see the difference. I mean, there's a plastic downpipe, all bright and shiny. But the then you see the stuff I've put up looks old. Well, not old, but it certainly doesn't look like it's brand new, which I think would just been so out of place on a building of this age. So I'm pleased that it's gone. That's this side of the roof finished. Next video, there's a fair chance might involve slate. Here we go again. Started dressing slate. I'm 3 days into it now. But I've got an idea for a video, because who wants to watch me cutting slate? 3,500 of them. I mean, I'm reckoning I want to be done by the end of the month, which gives me 8 days. I've done about 600. I've got 3,500 to do, so I've got to get my finger out. But who wants to watch that, eh? So I thought in the next video, just to relieve my boredom as much as anything, I might, while I'm cutting the slate, I might tell you a couple of stories about my start and the kind of whole music game. As many of you will know, all the music on the channel is stuff that I've recorded myself, written myself. And so I thought and lots of people have been quite interested in that side of things. So I think I'll let you into a few stories of mine. I might even sing a song. See how we go. In the meantime, here's the little bit of kit I'll show you again that I've used today. Well, the last few days. It's a company called Lasgu. Very neat little bit of kit. Full instructions. You get the little key fob remote control. It's all rechargeable, and there's your bracket for attaching it to, and then you can fix it to a wall or a stud or whatever you want. And all comes in a nice. There's Buck coughing his guts up. All comes in a nice package case, keeping it safe. There'll be some links in the description for the product and discount code if anybody's interested. And I'll be using it again, no doubt. Much more indoors than I will outdoors. I mean, it's I've had it a long time and not been able to use it for that reason. But I think it showed it stands up outside. It does the job pretty good. As long as you've got it fairly close to the object you need to project onto. But anyway, that's me, that's Lasgu, and Lindsay's back at work today, so she's not here to say goodbye. But thanks for watching, and there'll be another video coming very soon with slate. All right, see you later.